Okay, it's a beautiful day. I haven't swept my deck, but I'm going to show you some tricks that I do. This time it's going to be done outside. I believe I've showed you how I take my pain relievers. This is my medication. This is filled with crushed turmeric that I buy fresh at the store. You could also use powder. And I let it sit, and every morning I pour some and I strain. As you can see, it's used into this cup. I put black pepper in it, but I also take some Boswellia so it can become effective, or I take black seed oil, which they say is better than this because this needs black pepper or some fat to uh, be effective. This is over here ginger. So I just poured the water. It's hot, and I hope this thing holds up my stuff. I don't want any accidents. I need my ginger tea. I call it tea. It's not really tea. Tea is really something that's made out of tea leaves, technically. So I have stirred it, and I actually refill it like a few times. It doesn't go bad. I started doing the fermentation, which had the best sea salt ever, and that went bad, probably because I didn't do a good job washing it and purifying it. But this over here, it works for me. Fermentation makes it a lot stronger. Maybe I'll give it another try another time. And so let me just demonstrate how I'm going to take my first cup of turmeric in the morning. Since my accident, I have developed pain. And here we go. All right. I know it's not a clean, good-looking strainer, but it's for me. You're not drinking it. It's me. Then I take my salt shaker and I pour it in here. But I'm going to take some black seed oil, which has fat. So I really don't need this. And I'm going to take my Boswellia when I get inside. And here we go. If you have a question how to spell Boswellia or anything, please write it in the comments section. If I don't do this in the morning for 2 or 3 days straight, and then I go to my doctor's office and I sit there and wait like everybody else does for like 40 minutes, I may be bedridden for a week and a half. Well, at least for the first couple of days, and then walking with a cane. Because it's the pain. It's a pain thing. It's the nerve. It's not really that I physically can't walk. So I'm figuring all of this out one step at a time. I am not into pain meds. This is what I do. Okay? Besides Boswellia and the black pepper, you get a good gist of it. I reuse these. A lot of these glasses, got to be careful. They won't take the heat and they will bust. So always do it the first time in the sink just in case it does break. Okay, now moving forward, I want to show you about creating chlorine for myself. This is ingestible chlorine to purify water, and that's why I have this out here, because I already showed you my buckets. And so I mix this, you see, is a 2-bottle set, part B, which is Crystal Clear Lab Chlorine Dioxide Kit. Okay, and this is part 2, which is chlorine dioxide part A. Okay, so it's got to say part A and B. Because I've been messing up lately. Oh, I forgot to bring my main product. So let me just show you over here what I would do. This is great because it keeps the light out and it's got to be put in a dark place. You fill this up and use a shot glass similar to this. So you get 2 shot glasses. One I use for measuring. As you can see, I measure it up to 5. You see that number right here? 5 milligram. I keep it in the plastic because I want to reuse it and I want it to be clean when I'm ready for it. But you see that? 5 milligrams, okay? Up to this line, I fill it first with B, A, and then B, or B and A, doesn't matter. Okay, and I fill the other similar shot glass that will be sitting in here, in there. Okay, and I'm going to first pour distilled water up to the length of the cup that's going to be there, up to like about here or here, all right? So don't get confused. There's going to be another shot glass in here, and I'm going to fill this container only to less than the size of the cup that's in there. Then this is going to be cup number 2. That was illustration of cup number 1 that's empty. I'm going to take and pour up to 5 milligram, and then I'm going to pour it into the glass, that the imaginary glass that's in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this, fill this up to 5 milligrams, and I'm going to pour it into the imaginary cup that's in there. Let's pretend this is the cup in there, and now the other one's the imaginary. I'm going to pour it in there, and there's going to be water. This cup is not going to be flowing with the distilled water that I'm going to pour out there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. It's going to be in a very dark place. 24 hours later, I come back. I take the imaginary cup, so let's pretend this is it. And I take it's going to have chlorite, really powerful, kind of like Clorox thing, in a yellowish color way, tone. And then I'm going to take this and I dump it into my sponge to clean my sponges or anything that needs cleaning, using like chlorine, right? So then we'll do it again. I'm already going to have enough distilled water in there from the prior that spilled over, but it kept the acids in here. That's the trick, okay? It used to be called MSN, but now it's CDS, because CDS is without all of that acid that's going to make you run to the bathroom every 2 minutes and give you a sore butt, okay? So let me show you my end product. Okay, so my end result product was, remember I had distilled water here, and I had a cup in here. There's 2 cups. This is a measuring one. The other one is an imaginary one. And this here was filled with water up until like here, like not overflowing this cup, because then it'll be swimming. I did what I told you twice with these things. 5 millimeter poured into the imaginary cup that has distilled water in the out part of it. In the out part of it, that water, distilled water, becomes this. Okay, so it's got to be like, I don't know what kind of yellow you call this, but it's got to have a color like this, and this I'm going to use now to purify my water. Okay, so I'll be right back. You're going to see a demonstration on how I'm going to purify my rainwater. I'll be right back. Okay, so now this is an ozonator. As you can see, it came from China many years ago. I put it to good use. I'm going to plug this, but I want you to see that I need a rock here to ozonate my water that's going to now have chlorine in it. Okay, I'm doing all this outside for the first time because it's nice and sunny. It's beautiful. Probably my first day, maybe the 3rd day this year. That's good. Winter is over, fall is over, and hopefully it'll stay like this. But I did appreciate the rain that came down because I was able to fill my water bottles. So hold on. Okay, so first and foremost, letting the water sit out here in the sun is a purification method regardless, okay? You keep it out sitting in the sun does purify it. I tend to use my little filtration system, and I tend to use my chlorine. Usually the chlorine, I do it inside the house, and let's pretend that I'm pouring about, it's measured to size, just pour like a shot glass, because this is a big 5-gallon or half a shot glass, to be honest with you. And then what I do, let's pretend it. I'm going to do that when it's inside. I'm going to let the sun start its purification, and then I'm going to bring it inside in a few days, and then I'm going to do the shot glass thing, and I'm going to do this. So this is my ozonator. As you can see, it's bubbling my water, because I want to learn how to do these things for myself and catch my own water. And this is a mini way to do it. And then this is going to run for like 20 minutes. I'll do this for each bottle. Typically I would do it when the chlorine is in it, so it shakes it up and stirs it as well. But right now I'm not going to put the chlorine because I want the sun first to do its part 2 purification. And this is just me. Usually some people it suffices with that alone. But I'm doing 3 steps because I'm going to drink this water. And then I'm going to put salt in it because it loses its... actually, this filtration system, tell me what you think of it. The filtration causes the water it filters out the salts, which is not from the ocean. So I'm a little not that knowledgeable, right? So in the comment section, please write stuff because it helps me with the algorithm. So over here, I filtered it out, and I used the big filter that I showed you earlier. And this is the filter that I showed you earlier. And it has a little thing in here that catches the stuff, okay? So it's not just a funnel. It's usually really full of wine. I bought it for making wine, and you can see it. And then you put this here, and that's how this part 2 filter. After this is 1, this is 2, this over here in the sun is 3. The ozonator, I work it together with number 4, my chlorine that's homemade, and I can't say that the water won't be purified after that. What do you think? Please give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. I have not been uploading anything lately. I have tons of videos that I have yet to upload, but I have about almost 400, and hopefully this will upload to the right one, because I noticed that it's been uploading to the wrong YouTube channel. But I hope that you enjoy and you learn something from this. Kindly share my video, how to be a prepper. Those days are not over, because the bad days have not come. We need to continue to try to prep. Thank you, and have a great day. Don't forget to make your own chloride, or chlorine. CDS is what it's called. Bye now.